All right. How's everybody doing this evening? This your boy JayRod back on here to do another video to talk about a few things. First of all, let me start by saying, like I said, how y'all doing? Hope everybody's good. You know, hope everybody's doing well. Fighting for their purpose, working hard, striving, trying to do better, and self-improve ourselves. Hope that y'all are doing that. I want to talk about a few things tonight. I want to talk about one of the main things I want to talk about is overcoming insecurities and overcoming the fears of things. And what I want to say is, I wrote down a few things to, kind of keep me on track here. And I want to talk about, getting over your fears. You know, stop worrying about being judged when you're doing the things that you want to do. Stop worrying about the judgment. One thing about judgment, it will freeze you up from getting yourself started because you're worried about the judgment of others. And you can respect others, but don't fear being judged by others. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you're doing, like I said, another thing too is make sure you're doing it for the right reason. Anything you try to do, what I mean by doing it for the right reason is that you're doing it for you. You're not doing it for other people, to impress people, to get cool points from people, to get pats on the back from people. Whatever your passion is, whatever your drive is, whatever your goal is, your vision is, it has to be from you, inside of you to want to do that. Because when you're doing it for others, I learned this when I learned in life. Whatever you're working hard towards, if you're working hard towards something for others, your heart won't be in it. You won't have any passion. That fire won't be burned in because you're doing it for the wrong reason. But it's something that you want to do, and it's in you for to do it because that's was birthed in you to do. You're going to put your best foot into it because that's your passion. That's what's driving you. That's the force in you to make you want to keep pushing your goals, your vision, your dreams out of you. So make sure you're doing it for the right reason. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, don't live for other people. Because like I said, that's something I had to learn from my past is that you find yourself working hard, you find yourself doing things and you're living. Then when people let you down, you find out, wait a minute, I'm doing it for them. I'm not doing it for me. And a lot of times they didn't actually do it for them. Do it for you. Whether it's even when you're married, yeah, you take care of your family. Yeah, you look out for your wife and your kids and stuff like that. But you do the certain things you do for your family, but the things that you need to do for you, it has to be a passion burning in it for you as well. And your family will understand if your passion, what you're trying to strive for, especially if your spouse should understand that, hey, that's his passion. I'm not going to keep him from his passion. I'm not going to keep her from her passion. I'm not keeping her from her destiny, her dreams, her goals. Because at the end of the day, it's going to be if you're both strong, you're both bond. If y'all bond is tight, whatever you're striving for is going to be an improvement for the going to improve for the for the family anyway. And what she's striving for should be improvement for the family. If you're both on the same page, And like I said, another thing too, this is a real deep one here. We have to get out of the people-pleasing business. We have a lot of people out here who try to tell people what they think they should do. It's okay to be like a person that want to give somebody some advice, but no, you have to be careful when you're giving people advice or you're trying to control people's life. Be a guide to them, but also, let them let them be able to make their decisions. Because at the end of the day, when you're giving people advice or you're trying to make people do what you think they should do, when it doesn't go right, what happens is they're looking at you like, well, you told me to. So help guide people in the right direction. Help, but don't, even I'm talking to the people who are around people who are like, trying to, when you're trying to help people, be a guide. Don't be a guide but not a controller. You know. Now back to the dealing with self. Like I said, don't be in the people pleasing business. You know, you're given a mind for a reason. Make the right decisions. But use your mind. Know that believe in yourself and know that that you can do a lot of things. You find, like I told in my other video, knowing who you are and who you're supposed to be. You have to learn. You have to do self-evaluation of yourself. Know what you're good at. Know what you're bad at. But in all that right there, you're gonna find you. You know, and stop trying to be like other people. You know, learn your lane. Let them have their lane. You get in your lane, because you're gonna love your lane better than theirs anyway. Because like a lot of times, if you're trying to mimic people, you're trying to copy people. You're a fake person. You're not real. You're not you. You're a carbon copy of them. So you have to learn how to find who you are and stop trying to mimic people. It's good to get information from people. It's good to get advice from people. It's good to learn from them. But stop trying to be them and learn who you are and be who you are and be the best you can be. And like I said, and be the best version of yourself. I heard that in so many videos. Be the best version of you. Not be the best version of another person, because like I said, you'll try to be somebody else and you always come up short because that's not you. Know who you are. And we have to get over our fears. Because that's one thing I had learned with me is that I had a lot of fears growing up. Had a lot of insecurities. I'm gonna tell y'all a smooth story. Like, I'm gonna keep it 100. That when I was a kid, I remember being in elementary school back in Indiana, back in Gary. Shout out to my people in Gary. We used to have like school plays and stuff back in the day. And I used to go to rehearsals and we learned how, learn our little roles and stuff. And I remember when it was time for the day of the play, for some strange reason, well, I know the reason, I would pretend like I was sick. I would pretend like something, I couldn't go to school, so I would stay home and pretend I was sick because I had stage fright. I was afraid of people looking at me. I was afraid of people judging me. I was afraid of how people going to see me. And that's when I was a kid. I was like 5, 6, 7, 8 years old going through that. Probably until I was 10, 12 years old going through that back in elementary school. And it's like, and those little moments would stick with me as I became an adult. I said, you learn, you got to get over what people think of you. And like I say, standing in front of people. My thing is, you understand that I had to. It took me a while when I became an adult. It took me a while to finally get to the realization that, hey, nobody's better than the next person. Those people, first of all, one thing I learned too is that something that my mother told me a long time ago when I was a kid too. I remember I used to like cracking jokes on people and cracking jokes on with my sister and brothers and nieces and nephews. Like one time I had a nephew, my nephew, my nephew, like a little brother at the time, name was Richard Tremor. And he used to crack jokes on me all the time. We used to go back and forth. And I used to crack them on him. This were kids. And I remember I cracked it. I used to crack him, but he used to bust me back. And I would start crying. And my mom had said something to me real. She got upset at me. She's like, if you gonna crack jokes, you gotta learn how to crack jokes back. First, what really helped me when she said this. You gotta learn how to laugh at yourself. Because it don't matter what other people think of you. You gotta learn. You gotta make funny. If you make fun of yourself first, you gotta, you be all right. So I was a kid, and she sometimes she might know she was saying something that was deep, but it was kind of deep at the time. So it helped me, because my thing is that you gotta learn to laugh at yourself. You gotta learn how to get over those fears of people, even people making fun of you and stuff like that. But but going back to what I was saying about getting over fears, you have to get over the fear of what people think of you. Like me, doing this YouTube channel now, trying to put together my podcast now, is that stuck. It still was like, you get those thoughts in your head, or you like, you gotta look this way, or you you gotta talk this way. What about what the people gonna think? And then it came to a point. I said, you know what? It ain't about what people think. And I look at a lot of people who push for success. A lot of people who started their channels. You know, I'm like, shoot, I can do it too. Because this. I've been wanting to do this for the past, 8 to 10 years. I've been wanting to do this. So finally, I said, you know what? Hey, it's all or nothing now. So I got to do it. But even that right there is about getting over your fears, and just go for it, man. Just go for it, and about, just, be the best you can be. Find your lane, find your purpose, and go for it. And it's one more thing I want to say. You know what I'm saying? It's like, don't worry about being judged, because people are going to judge you regardless. You do something, you're doing something, or you're not doing something. The judgment will come, but let them have their opinion and judgment of you. Do what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? Because people are going to talk about you. If you're sitting on your butt, not doing anything, people are talking about you. If you're moving and striving, you're building, you're growing, you doing your thing, people still gonna talk about you. Shout out to one of my mentors back in Florida, one of my mentors back in the day, and still a mentor to me. I don't care. He's still a mentor. Bishop Charles Washington Sr. He was a pastor, my pastor back when I lived in Florida, when I was married to my first wife. And he would say stuff like, some will, some won't, so what? And that stuck with me too, is because at the end of the day, you have to do something. And on top of that, he would say things like, people are gonna talk about you whether you're doing something or not doing, so give them something to talk about. So you might as well do something. And that man taught me a lot about manhood. Like I said, shout out to, I'm gonna give some props. Like shout out to those pastors out there that want to see their people self-improve. That they're, like I said, you have some pastors that, they want to see their people eat just like they eat. They want to see people do business like they want to see people be successful business people, because some of them are successful business people. Like I said, with him, he was a businessman. He had business before he was a pastor, and he always had that business mindset. And I would just sit there and when I was a young man, I would watch people and learn from people. And like I said, when this man came into my life, when I moved to Florida, is that I saw so much about being a man in him. That's what I talk about. A lot of times you grow up in your household with your family. Sometimes we grew up in dysfunctional families, toxic families. But if you're a person that wants something out of life, you're going to come across people who are going to give you another look, another way to look at things. And shout out to him, shout out to Bishop Washington, because he showed me how to operate as a man, how to learn about business, how to, want to be independent, want to be, in control of, what you're trying to do for yourself, and to take care of your family the right way. So big shout out to him. And if anybody watches the video that knows him, let him know that I gave him a shout out. Because like I said, he's one of the men that I really can look up to. I can look up to and really learn from. And he showed me the way on a lot of different levels. So shout out to Bishop Washington. So the next thing I'm gonna get to before I get to this video is that I'm gonna leave you all with this, because I'm gonna go ahead and end it right now, because I got some things I need to take care of. Like I said, overcome your fears. Never settle for less than what you really want. Stop being a people pleaser. Be pleasing to yourself. You gotta be pleasing to yourself first. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, do it for the right reason. You know what I'm saying? And then you have to one thing I want to say. People are going to judge you, but hey, let them have their judgment. Don't let it stop you. You keep on going, keep on striving, keep on living. So that's all I got tonight. I'll be talking, like I said, you guys will see me again soon. Like I said, number one, I'm gonna say this right here before I get off. If you can, like my video, share it. Maybe it can help somebody else. You know what I'm saying? Just watch me grow and be supportive of me. So until next time we talk, you guys take care. This your boy JayRod. Like I said, I'm just right now. Hey, I'm pushing. I'm pushing as I think. Like I said, hey, we're growing. I'm growing as I do this, but I'm gonna get better. You know, like I said, you're gonna see a lot of me. You're gonna see, you're gonna see my evolution of where I come from. All right, y'all. Y'all be easy. Have a good night, and we will talk again. This is your boy JayRod. Real times 2 with your boy JayRod. Y'all have a good night. Everybody stay safe. I'll holler at y'all.